Okay, so we're going to do just one example with enlargements and area. And this is actually going to be the last new notes that we're taking for your Leaving Cert Maths. After this, I do want you to do more practice with these, and we'll go back and forth on the homework questions, see if there's anything you don't understand. And you also need to do constructions, but this is the last new thing that we'll be doing in a formal notes way. So as I've already said to you, when you go from an object to an image, what happens is the area gets multiplied by not k, but k squared. An easier way of writing this down is to say that the image area divided by the object area will give us k squared. So we might use that as a formula depending on the questions. So let's do an example. Okay, I'm going to sketch a picture of an object and its enlargement, and I'm just doing this freehand, so it mightn't be an exact enlargement. Just say that it looks like this, okay? So these are meant to be exact copies of each other, and we've got P, Q, R, S, excuse me, a center of enlargement over here, and P is enlarged to P prime. Do this a little bit more like this. S is enlarged to S prime, and I won't draw in the lines joining these ones, R prime and Q prime. So just give me a little bit of benefit of doubt there and just assume that this was done well enough that it would be a proper enlargement. So this wouldn't be mapped on here, this would be mapped on here. It's sufficient when we're learning maths to say that something is what the diagram doesn't necessarily match. The figure P prime, Q prime, R prime, S prime is an enlargement of the figure P, Q, R, S. If the area, so what kind of shapes are these? Well, they look like trapeziums, but we don't know for sure. So if the area of PQRS is 12 centimeters squared, and the area of P prime, Q prime, R prime, S prime, the image, is 48 centimeters squared, find the scale factor of the enlargement. Okay, so this is very straightforward. Sorry, I went off the screen there. This is very straightforward. We use the fact that I wrote up here, and it's that the image area, k squared, is equal to the image area divided by the object area. And they told us those two things. So they might actually just give you enough information and make you calculate those areas, but once you have them, you divide the object into the image and we get 4. So if k squared is 4, that means that k is the square root of 4, which is 2. My scale factor is 2. It's fine to just write down k. You don't have to write down scale factor. Okay, so that's how we use the relationship between the area of an object and its image. Now, for tonight then, I'm going to ask you to a bit more practice with these. We don't have class on Monday, I'll see you on Tuesday and we'll start to talk about next steps like revision. But we will be doing a fair bit more practice with these and the types of questions that come up in the exam papers as well before we move on. Okay, thank you.